making it feel like minus 13. City News time, it's 2:43. Now the City News market updates. From the business center, here's Ari Rabinovich.
A sea of red for North American markets, with the TSX down 1.25% to 20,259. Virtually every sector is in the red, especially that of gold stocks as well as materials, on a stronger U.S. dollar. And that's because of strong comments from U.S. Fed Chair Jerome Powell earlier today about the future of interest rate hikes. The Canadian dollar plummeting nearly 0.8 cents at 72.68 cents U.S. Gold futures also down $36, $1,818 the ounce. Oil also lower by about $2.50 at $77 U.S. per barrel. Now on Wall Street, we're looking at declines of triple digits. The Nasdaq down 1.2%. The S&P 500 has fallen 56 points. The Dow Jones down 560 points. At the City News Business Center, I'm Ari Rabinovich.
Now is the time to stream all the sports that you can handle with a new Sportsnet Now Premium 6-month pass. Get thousands of NBA and out-of-market NHL games, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and more all in one spot. And with Blue Jays baseball in sight, now is the time to score the best value deal available. The Sportsnet Now Premium 6-month pass. Subscribe today at snnow.ca. Available for a limited time only. This is premium stuff.
Whenever you've needed us, federal public service workers have been here for Canada. We deliver the services you rely on through this crisis and the next. But for nearly 2 years, we've been on the front lines without a contract. That's a big problem, because while the government stalls on making things right, we all pay the price. Workers can't wait. None of us can. Learn more at workerscan'twait.ca. A message from the Public Service Alliance of Canada.
Number one for local news in Ottawa and the Valley. This is City News on 101.1 FM and 1310 AM.
Some light snow right now, -4 in Ottawa. The wind chill making it feel like -13. Good afternoon. I'm Hirushka Gopal-Kista. Here are the top stories this hour. The person who died in last night's fatal fire in Sandy Hill was a 67-year-old woman. Firefighters found and rescued one person from the bedroom of an apartment where the fire began, and now the Ontario Fire Marshal and Ottawa Police Arson Unit is investigating. We've been hearing about the strain on Ontario's healthcare systems for a while, and complaints about care in hospitals are growing. That's according to the province's patients' ombudsman. That's according to a new report. And the Ottawa Carleton District School Board could be searching for up to $39 million in cuts. The board is running a deficit and could soon have to make some tough decisions. It's time now for City News Sports. Here's Alex Sixero.
Well, it was not the way the Ottawa Senators had lined things up last night, having their winning streak snapped with an ugly 5-0 loss in Chicago. The Sens have a travel day ahead of their tour of the West Coast. They'll take on the Kraken in Seattle on Thursday. In the NHL tonight, the Maple Leafs end their road trip in New Jersey. Montreal will host Carolina, and the Flames are in Minnesota. Sportsnet will have the Flyers and the Lightning at 7 o'clock. Let's get to baseball right now on Sportsnet. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The Jays and the Pirates in a 2-2 tie. And how about Yusei Kikuchi? Got the start firing 3 scoreless frames. He has now thrown 7 scoreless innings this spring. Ricky Tiedemann is on in relief, and he's been roughed up a little bit, giving up a couple of runs in 1 2/3. The World Baseball Classic kicks off tonight from Taiwan as Cuba plays the Netherlands. Sportsnet will have that at 11. Draw number 11 at the Brier is underway. A real good one on Sheet A. 4-1 Brad Gushu taking on 5-0 Brendan Botcher, and they're throwing rocks in the first end. And 2 teams will punch their ticket to the Champions League quarterfinals this afternoon. At the top of the hour, Benfica will take on Club Brugge. Chelsea versus Borussia Dortmund. From the Sports Center, I'm Alex Sixero.
Introducing Uninvited, Canadian women artists in the modern moment at the National Gallery of Canada. Uninvited is a glorious exhibition that showcases the work of women creators from across the country and highlights the amazing artists who paved the way for future generations in Canada. Celebrate painters, photographers, weavers, beadworkers, and sculptors. Organized by the McMichael Canadian Art Collection with the exceptional support of the National Gallery of Canada. Book your Uninvited ticket at gallery.ca.
Hi,
Zach here from Speedy Glass. Got a chip in your windshield? Don't wait until it spreads. Get it repaired now by Speedy Glass experts. Why? Because it's $0 if you're insured for glass damage. And we offer one of the most reliable windshield repair services on the market in less than 60 minutes. Save time and money without compromising quality. Book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca. Certain conditions and exceptions apply. Details at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
Here with City News, I'm Erica Corstal. Canada's Immigration Minister Sean Fraser is in Washington today for a meeting with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The visit comes as the federal government is under growing pressure to do something about the flow of undocumented migrants into Canada from the U.S. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says it's time to renegotiate the Safe Third Country Agreement, which lets migrants seek asylum in Canada if they enter the country at unofficial entry points such as Roxham Road in Quebec. The Biden administration is suing to block JetBlue Airways' $3.8 billion purchase of Spirit Airlines, saying the deal would reduce competition and drive up airfares for consumers. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the airline industry is already highly concentrated.
If not blocked, the merger of JetBlue and Spirit would result in higher fares and fewer choices for tens of millions of travelers across the country. The Justice Department is suing to prevent that from happening.
The U.S. Justice Department says the deal would end direct competition between two airlines and eliminate Spirit, the nation's biggest ultra-low-cost carrier. The influential sister of North Korea's leader warns that her country is ready to take quick, overwhelming action against the U.S. and South Korea.
The warning comes a day after the US flew a nuclear-capable B-52 bomber in a demonstration of strength against the North. The US-South Korean training on Monday involving the bomber over the Korean peninsula was the latest in a series of drills between the Allies in recent months. Kim Yo-jong didn't describe any planned actions in her statement, but North Korea has often test-launched missiles in response to US-South Korean military drills because it views them as an invasion rehearsal. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Coming up, traffic and weather together next.
Experience a new lease on lifestyle by renting a Lapine apartment in a neighborhood you love. Thrive in a spacious apartment home that comes fully loaded with built-in home office and features that you never dreamed of having in the suburbs. Enjoy carefree living with heated parking, a fitness center, pool and sauna, a games lounge, expansive outdoor green space, and much more. Visit LapineApartments.com or call 1-888-4-LAPINE to find your next home.
Hi, I'm Paul Britner from Golden Windows. We've been a proud Canadian manufacturer of energy-efficient windows and doors for over 60 years. If you're planning to renovate or build your dream home this year, we invite you to discover our handcrafted quality windows and doors. Visit our showroom at 1112 March Road in Canada for inspiration. Energy savings have never been so simple with help from Golden Windows.
Golden Windows, a name you can trust. You can count on.
Like us on Facebook and Instagram or visit goldenwindows.com for details.
I'm Jimmy Montgomery with City News Traffic. Taking a look at the roads right now. We have westbound delays on the Queensway from Vanier to Bronson, and then again Maitland to Pinecrest. Westbound on the 174 from Class Orleans to Orleans Boulevard. We do have some construction at the 417 between Hunt Club and Ramseyville. Some lane reductions for maintenance until 5 today. Northbound Bronson from Laurier to Slater. It's down to one lane for some daytime construction. Got a broken windshield? Don't wait. Get it fixed by Speedy Glass experts before it gets worse. Book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca. With the forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
We got low pressure off to the east, kicking back a stiff north wind and a few flurries, and we'll continue that tonight. The wind is 60 clicks an hour at times today. Will be down to 40 overnight, but the scattered flurries will keep coming. They shouldn't add very much to what we have, and -7 the low. Then 0 tomorrow. With the pressure relaxing, the wind should go down a bit. Still mostly cloudy, but some breaks may appear, and a chance of a flurry remains, but only a chance. Thursday and Friday, mostly cloudy, sunny breaks. 0 Thursday, 1 Friday. March looks below normal for temperature the whole month, in fact, and this week's no exception. Tonight's low -7.
Now, City News has even more to talk about.
Grab a seat for an extra hour of the Sam LaPrade Show, weekdays 10 to 1.
You'll hear some compelling conversation, some fun and information,
And the stories that matter to you.
from hard-hitting to heartwarming. Sam will share her view of what's happening in Ottawa and the Valley.
Listen in to the Sam LaPrade Show,
Weekdays at 10 on City News.
1011 FM and citynews.ca.
Grab a spoon, class. Dream Coach Max here, showing you how to cook up bigger dreams. A tasty start, but Tuesday's Lottomax jackpot of an estimated $19 million could make this dream dish more delish.
Okay, I'll add a sousson of luxury living, et voila! A decadent fondue to serve overlooking my backyard ski hill.
Dreamy. This Tuesday's Lottomax jackpot is an estimated $19 million. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max?
You're suffering from depression, your disability claim is denied, and now your employer fires you. Sound familiar? My name is Aaron Waxman, and if your disability claim is denied, or if your employer fires you because you're too sick to work, call me at 1-844-583-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, my lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 1-844-583-4878 or on your cell phone at pound LTD.
This is City News. Several towns in the Southern California Sierra Mountains are still stranded after heavy snowfall blanketed the area a week and a half ago, and more snow is on the way. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Twin Peaks.
It's unclear when they're going to be able to get out. Now, people have been getting out of their houses to get some basic necessities, food, but they are still very short on things like baby formula, hygiene products, dog food, and increasingly, residents here are telling us how angry they are at authorities here for their response.
The Sierra Nevada region has gotten more than 14 meters of snow so far. Weight Watchers is paying $106 million to buy Sequence, a telehealth company that's in the prescription drug weight loss business. With the acquisition, Weight Watchers is tapping into a red-hot market for prescription drugs that address obesity. Weight Watchers CEO says it's the company's responsibility as the trusted leader in weight management to support those interested in exploring if medications are right for them. A second concert goer has died after a crowd stampede at the end of a rap concert in Rochester, New York.
Police in New York are investigating a deadly crowd surge at Rochester's historic Main Street Armory that happened Sunday night. Police said 3 badly injured women were taken to Strong Memorial Hospital. One 35-year-old woman died, and Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown confirmed Monday that 33-year-old Rondisha Belton, who worked in that city's traffic violations agency, also died. At least 7 other people were treated for injuries. A concert goer told Channel 13 WHAM she wasn't sure what prompted people to surge toward the exits at the end of the concert, featuring rappers Glorilla and Finesse 2 Times.
A lot of different people was just pushing, doing a lot of pushing and shoving. I unfortunately was one that was on the ground. Thank God I did get up.
Rochester Mayor Malik Evans called the fatal stampede totally unacceptable.
When you have a popular artist like that, you're going to have a large crowd. So the question would be, were the appropriate actions taken?
Audio courtesy 13 WHAM. I'm Jennifer King.
You're with City News.
At the City News Business Center, I'm Ari Rabinovich. Steep losses for North American markets after we heard from U.S. Fed Chair Jerome Powell earlier today when he addressed lawmakers on Capitol Hill. He had hawkish comments about the future of interest rates, in that inflation in the U.S. has been stubborn and that interest rates will likely need to go higher than expected and remain higher for longer. Analysts had priced in a 25 basis point hike on March 22nd, but if this Friday's U.S. jobs report is hotter than expected, that will likely point to a 0.5% hike. Derek Holt is VP and head of capital markets at Scotiabank.
I think if we come in line with the reasonable expectations for Friday's non-farm payrolls and for next week's U.S. CPI on a core inflation basis, then yes, I think that they would probably hike by 50 points and also signal that they're prepared to do more thereafter. Right now, you have markets that are pricing a full extra percentage point worth of interest rate increases from the Fed's current key policy rate of 4.75% up to 5.75%.
The Dow Jones down by 570 points. The S&P 500 is 1.5% lower. The Nasdaq has dropped 151 points. The TSX, that's down 266 points at 20,249. A lot of people got pets during the pandemic, and it appears the trend is sustaining as people have continued to spend at stores like Pet Value, who just reported stronger earnings than expected, but shares right now down 3%. The price for oil at $77.50 US per barrel, down $3, while gold futures have dropped 36 at $1,818 the ounce on strength in the US dollar, which is also pulling down the loonie by 0.75 cents, 72.69 cents US. At the City News Business Center on R.E. Rabinovich.
1, 2, free? Appliance Canada and Thermador have made finding the perfect combination as easy as 1, 2, free. Purchase an eligible Thermador cooking package or qualifying refrigeration unit and select a complimentary dishwasher or upgrade this choice. Or purchase a complete qualifying kitchen and choose from a selection of free bonus gifts. Thermador and Appliance Canada. For your home, for your life. Visit appliancecanada.com for details.
Shea 106 plays the icons like Tom Petty and Led Zeppelin.
Shea 106 plays the anthems from AC/DC and Queen.
Shea 106 plays the next generation like Pearl Jam and Green Day.
And Shea 106 is the home of the Big Bar Show.
What makes you an effective radio show host? Articulate your response using concrete examples. I don't know, man. If I find out, I'll let you know.
Shea 106 is Ottawa's rock station and home of the Big Bar Show.
106.1 on your radio. Shea106.com online.
Roll Up to Win is back at Tim Hortons, and it's time to play. Millions of prizes are up for grabs. You could even win a new 2023 Volkswagen Taos. Get rolling for a chance to win on the Tim's app today. No purchase necessary, Canada only. Rules apply. Visit the app for full contest details.
And taking a look at some temperatures across the region. In Pembroke right now, -4. Trenton, mainly sunny skies, 2 degrees. -1 in Bancroft, -5 in Maniwaki right now, 0 in Kingston with the wind chill making it feel like -9. Some light snow in Garrison, Petawawa, -4. It's -4 in Brockville and -3 in Gatineau with some light snow. Broadcasting on the unceded traditional Algonquin territory of the Anishinaabe people, this is City News, CIWW 1310 AM Ottawa and CJET 101.1 FM, Smiths Falls and the Valley. City News time, 3 o'clock.
Number 1 for local news, traffic, and weather for Ottawa and the Valley. This is All News Afternoons on City News 101.1 everywhere.
Good afternoon. This is Tuesday, March 7th. I'm Perushka Gopal-Kista. Right now, some light snow, -4 in Ottawa, the wind chill -13. It's -4 in Smiths Falls. Here's what's making news right now.
A growing number of complaints to Ontario's patient ombudsman highlight a lack of respect and sensitivity in hospital care. We're looking at what might be driving the increase.
The federal Conservative leader accuses the Prime Minister of working against the interests of Canada as opposition parties criticize the Liberal plan to address foreign interference.
What's really going on at the grocery store? MPs will soon grill the CEOs of major Canadian grocers to find out why you continue to pay so much for food.
It is a travel day for the Ottawa Senators, who face off in Seattle on Thursday, and the Blue Jays continue their Grapefruit League schedule today. Sports 15.
A sell-off on North American markets following hawkish comments from the U.S. Federal Reserve's chairperson about interest rates in the U.S. Business at 26.
City News time, 3:01 now. Traffic and weather together. Here's Jamie Montgomery.
Good afternoon. We've got volume delays on the Queensway westbound from Vanier to Bronson, and then again from Mainland to Pinecrest. Westbound on the 174 from Plaster Orleans to Orleans Boulevard. We have eastbound delays on the 174 at Jean d'Arc. 417 between Hunt Club and Ramseyville. We'll have some lane reductions for maintenance until 5 this afternoon. And the Chaudière Crossing is closed in both directions for work on the Union Bridge. Northbound lanes will reopen March 31st. This weekend, don't miss the Gatineau-Ottawa show at the Gatineau Convention Center. Electric bikes, road travel bikes, clothing, trips, it's all there. Details at bicycleshow.com. With the forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
Still under the influence of strong low pressure stalled off the east coast. That means a north wind pretty strong coming from Quebec with flurries in it. Will continue. The flurries are rather light and scattered, but the wind is pretty cold. And so's the temperature tonight down to -7 with flurries and still that strong north wind. And then tomorrow a chance of flurries and mostly cloudy and zeros. Things get a little bit better. Pressure gradient relaxes. Thursday mostly cloudy, sunny periods and 0, and Friday the same and 1. Tonight's low -7.
And right now in Ottawa, some light snow, -4, the wind chill -13. It's -4 in Smith Falls, the wind chill -11. City News Time 3:02. Going through the pandemic was difficult enough for many people, but some who had to navigate the hospital system saw some serious flaws and even a lack of basic courtesy. That led some of them to reach out to the province's patient ombudsman. City's John Sandham is looking into that.
Craig Thompson noted a new aspect to complaints, that patients were not treated in the most courteous ways during the height of the pandemic. So what's behind a 43% increase in those kinds of complaints?
A culmination of a lot of things. The pandemic has put stress on the system, and the knock-on effect has been that we're seeing increases in wait times for surgeries. We're seeing difficulty getting access to care.
Thompson tells us listening and ongoing communication are key, especially in managing patient expectations. But don't expect things to significantly improve anytime soon.
Those situations are with us, and they will continue to be with us as long as the staffing issues continue to be a problem, as long as the capacity of the system is not able to meet the need.
The report highlights other issues as well, including a growing number of complaints regarding interactions between patients or caregivers and hospital security. John Sandham, City News.
City News Time 3:04. Ottawa's English Public School Board may soon have to make up to $39 million in funding cuts in order to slay its deficit. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board is having to pay more supply teachers to cover increased sick leave, as well as seeing higher costs thanks to inflation. The board's chair, Lyra Evans, tells the Sam LaPratt Show on top of that, extra provincial funding to respond to COVID-19 is winding down.
The funding they had provided for COVID is ending. Those went into providing supports to students to make sure that they weren't experiencing learning loss. Over the pandemic, those went into additional custodial hours to make sure that everything was clean.
Evans says that many Ontario school boards are in a similar situation right now. The board should have a clearer picture of the amount of provincial funding that it's in line for, and that will come later this month. City News Time 3:05. Opposition parties continue to push the Liberals to call a public inquiry into foreign interference in our elections, despite the Prime Minister announcing multiple investigations to address the problem. City News Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney joins us with the details.
Why is the Prime Minister trying so hard to keep everything so secret?
During a raucous question period, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is denouncing the plan from the Liberals for a special rapid tour to decide if a public inquiry should be held into foreign interference. He accuses Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of trying to control the investigation and levels a heavier accusation while talking about leaks of documents from CSIS.
They must be very worried about how the Prime Minister is working against the interests of his own country.
Liberal MP Ryan Turnbull isn't happy with that claim.
I don't have words to describe how much I think that that's inappropriate language. It's untrue. It's unfounded.
The Prime Minister defends the plan and urges parties to keep partisan attacks out of national security matters like this. The NDP claims the Liberal plan is just baby steps, while the Bloc Québécois demands that if there is to be a rapid tour, that person should be appointed by Parliament, not the Prime Minister. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Now, as the rate of inflation slowly comes down, why are big chain grocery stores making so much money? City's Sonia Aslam reports that MPs are about to press CEOs for answers as Canadians continue paying more than ever to put food on the table.
The bosses of companies like Metro, Empire, and Loblaw will be on the hot seat tomorrow. Researcher Sylvain Charlebois with Dalhousie University has 3 questions he wants answered. How much are they actually profiting off food sales, not makeup and home goods and everything else, just food? Are consumers benefiting from a price freeze? And do they support the country's proposed grocery code of conduct aimed at upping fairness and transparency within the industry?
Operational margins in Canada when it comes to food distribution are double what they are in the U.S., which means that the Canadian food distribution landscape is much less competitive. So I certainly would want to know why things are much more cozy in Canada. How can we actually make the industry much more competitive to help consumers?
As frustrated as people are, Charlebois reminds you Canada has one of the lowest food inflation rates among G7 countries. Sonia Aslam, City News.
City News Time 3:07. The union that represents federal public service workers across Canada says more than 150,000 federal workers are still casting their votes, and the union is gearing up for a potential strike. City's Andrea Bennett has the details.
Alex Silas, PSAC Regional Executive Vice President for the National Capital Region, says their goal is to achieve a fair contract and wages for workers in the federal public service.
We need them to meet us, take us seriously on our proposals around wages, around anti-racism training, on around telework language, and all the other improvements we're seeking in this collective agreement to avoid strike. Because our goal, the union's goal, the members' goal, is not to go on strike. Our goal is to achieve a fair contract and fair wages for workers in the federal public service.
He tells City News, while they're the largest bargaining group in Canada, achieving fair wages for federal employees is also about setting a standard for all workers across Canada. Silas says, while Canadians are feeling the impacts of the rising cost of living, workers are not responsible for inflation, and adds they're prepared to strike if a fair deal is not agreed upon. Andrea Bennett, City News.
City News Time 3:09. Now, the person who died after last night's fatal fire in Sandy Hill was a 67-year-old woman, and the Ontario Fire Marshal is now investigating the fire. This happened around 10:15 last night in an apartment building on Regan's Private. Firefighters found and rescued one person from the bedroom of an apartment where the fire began. Paramedics pronounced the person dead, and Ottawa police now say she was a 67-year-old woman. Because someone died in the fire, the Ontario Fire Marshal is investigating the blaze with the help from the Ottawa Police Arson Unit. And the OPP made a mistake, and they should apologize for it. City News reporter Chris Curries with a word from Ontario's former Privacy Commissioner.
It dates back about a month, and an emergency alert issued during a manhunt with names and personal information of 2 accused men, where police told the community to be careful of them.
You know, it was a real alert. And then the next little while, they realized they had the wrong people. It was actually somebody else. They arrested this third person.
And Kavukian explains that OPP has to at least issue a statement that they made a mistake.
That's not even saying that we were wrong, we're sorry, which is what I would like them to do.
She tells City News keeping one's identity private extremely important. And even though the 2 men were arrested on separate charges later, they should not be associated with that one. Chris Curry, City News.
And still to come in 1 minute, traffic and weather together, and we'll check the price of gas. Coming up next, City News Time 3:10.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day on your radio, on our mobile app, and on your smart speaker.
Play City News Ottawa.
This is City News on 101.1 FM and 1310 AM.
Calling all brides. Mega Wedding Expo is the place to find everything you need for your perfect day. But nothing's perfect, especially if your fiance's car breaks down en route to your perfect venue.
Bride here. With the Intact Insurance app, you can add roadside assistance, so whatever happens, he's gonna make it. And it's gonna be a perfect day.
Okay, when things aren't perfect, Intact Insurance makes it better.
Perfect.
Just make it Intact. Visit intact.ca or talk to your broker. Conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tapp, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. As the official laser eye center of the Ottawa Senators, we know what it takes to build a winning team. We've got one of our own. Our world-class surgeons can help you get back on the ice, the field, or the court with your best possible vision. Help your eyes
starts tomorrow. City News time, it's 3:12. Now City News, traffic and weather together. Here's Jamie Montgomery.
Good afternoon. Take a look at the roads right now. We've got some westbound delays on the Queensway from Vanier to Bronson, then again Kirkwood to Pinecrest. Westbound right now on the 174 from Plaster Orleans to Orleans Boulevard. We have eastbound delays on the 174 at Jean d'Arc. Southbound Parkdale Avenue with the 417 slight delays right now. Eastbound Hunt Club at Prince of Wales. Northbound Bronson from Laurier to Slater down to one lane for some daytime construction. Echo Drive closed between Main and Concord due to construction. Uncertainty in debt can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. MNP is here to help. Call 310-DEBT or visit online mnpdebt.ca. With the forecast for Ottawa and the Valley, here's weather specialist John Wilson.
Stiff north wind around the back end, a low pressure off the east, carrying not only cold air, but also a few scattered flurries. That wind up to 60 clicks an hour, putting a pretty good wind chill in our temperature today, and we're below average. We'll stay that way, 9 to 7 tonight with flurries and a continuing north wind about 40. Then tomorrow, cloud, maybe some sunny breaks, but a chance of flurries as well. Nothing major, 0. Also Thursday, Friday, mostly cloudy, sunny breaks, 0 Thursday, 1 Friday. Tonight's low -7.
And right now in both Ottawa and in Smiths Falls, -4, the wind chill, -11.
Traffic for LLB. Their road-tested duffel comes through every time thanks to rugged, water-resistant fabrics and reliable zippers. It's no surprise this bag is a customer favorite. Shop LLB at Ottawa Train Yards.
Now the City News market update from the business center. Here's Ari Rubenovich.
Within the final hour of trading, and stocks are at session lows, with the Nasdaq down 150 points. The S&P 500 has fallen 66. The Dow Jones down 560 points, or close to 1.7%, mostly in response to the hawkish comments coming from U.S. Fed Chair Jerome Powell about the future of interest rates. It's sending a ripple effect onto our side of the border. The Canadian dollar is down 0.75 cents at 72.71 cents U.S. due to strength in the U.S. dollar. That's also sending oil lower by $3 at $77 U.S. per barrel, and gold futures down $36 at $1,818 per ounce, all weighing on the TSX2, down more than 250 points, 1.25% lower at 20,259. At the City News Business Center, I'm Ari Rubenovich.
Beneath their gorgeous exterior, 1-800-GOT-JUNK trucks were designed to be ready for anything.
How about construction site junk?
All you have to do is point.
Retail, grocery store, warehouse, office junk?
Point.
How about the monumental junk left after a fire or a flood or a hurricane?
This time, you'll need to do it with your other hand.
Why?
Because the first hand will be tired from all of that other pointing.
I see your point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Truck month is on now at GMC. Right now, for a limited time, get 1.49% financing for up to 72 months on the 2022 GMC Sierra 1500. Plus, eligible Costco members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks. That's 1.49% financing. Great offer. Truck month. Gotta go. Bye. Oh, wait. Boy, conditions apply. Visit gmcoffers.ca for details.
Number 1 for local news in Ottawa and the Valley. This is City News on 101.1 FM and 1310 AM.
It's -4 right now, some light snow, the wind chill -11. Good afternoon, I'm Perushka Gopal-Kista. Here's what's making news right now.